So I want to kick us off by saying I am grateful that everyone is here today. And we're going to be talking about Client Hub and some of the things that are relevant to accounting firms and Client Hub. And then also we might have Avalera who pops in here too, but we've got some fun things that are planned. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and say, Heather, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I know most of you. I'm Heather Satterley. I'm the Director of Education and Media at Woodard. I am a longtime accounting professional and CPA and a lover of technology and all things automation. And I am here in Rhode Island today. It is also beautiful here. And yes, absolutely, Judy, I'm going to take you up on coming to Ocala and visiting with all of the horses. In case people didn't know, I know this, that Ocala is the thoroughbred capital of the world. And my beloved Marley is a thoroughbred mix. So, or cross, they say. They don't say mix like you do with dogs. With horses, they're cross. Cross. So yes, I am totally, and my husband, I'm trying to get my husband to move there. So I got to make that happen.
You better hurry. We're running out of space.
I know, right? I've been watching.
Yeah, very quick, fast growing area of the country.
Yeah, that's pretty. So that Ocala area with the palm trees, is that what you're talking about? And big like acreages?
It's farm country.
Yeah, it's horse country. Yeah, it's the horse capital of the world.
That's funny because, you know, whenever years ago I was there and we were looking at some property, but there were some sinkholes and we were like, wait, no. But
everywhere in Florida. Everywhere in Florida.
Really? Do you guys have alligators?
Yes.
You do, even in like Central Florida.
Yeah, everywhere that there is water, there's alligators.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any in my yard. If you're near water, you probably have a river or a pond. I don't have any horses, but if I throw a stone in any direction, I'll probably hit one, but I wouldn't do that. Because I like horses.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty area. Totally different from all of the other areas.
Yeah.
So I'll introduce myself. I'm Liz Scott, and it's awesome to be here. I love talking tech. That's my jam. I really like training. I think that the two of those things go hand in hand. Accountants are always learning new stuff. And so being able to provide training and assistance to those who need it in tech is one of my greatest joys in life. So it's fun to be where I'm at. And Judy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Not especially, but I'll go ahead and do that because I know many of the people on the call today too. If I haven't met them at a conference, I probably met them through Client Hub. So I am Judy. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Judy McCarthy. I am a 20+ year recovering accountant, top 100 QuickBooks Pro Advisor, Advanced Certified, and the co-founder of my beloved Client Hub, which is you'll learn more about. We're an all-in-one client collaboration and internal workflow management solution.
And, you know, I'll add on to that, you know, years ago, whenever I met you, Client Hub didn't exist yet, but what you were known for, in case some of you on the call don't know Judy from years and years, one of the things that Judy is so known for in our space is her deep knowledge and interest in tech. And so that's part of why I think that Client Hub makes so much sense for you, is that you really understand the problems that accounting firms face. You've been there for years and you've done it. And there's areas that we know we struggle. And it's the communication, it's the gathering, it's the asking, it's all of those pieces. And so that's why Client Hub really makes sense.
It does. And so, you know, it all kind of began with me sitting there and saying, if I had the perfect firm, because I was one of those people like, we can always do better and always looking to find technologies. And there wasn't a solution at the time. And I said, if I could build it, what would it look like? And so, of course, then I realized I could build it, but it would cost a whole lot of money. So if I'm going to build it, I've got to monetize it, right? So I've got to be able to share it with the community. And so we've just been so fortunate to have such great adoption of the product and such great input from our users over the years.
One of the other things I think is unique about your firm is that you're very hands-on. Like, not everybody can say that. They might have an idea for a tech and they start moving towards that direction, but you've been hands-on since the very beginning, and you've got a partner who contributes to that greatly as well.
Well, I learned from my mentor, Renee Lesser, who is the founder of Bill.com, that to be successful in the software business, you need to stay as closely connected with your customers for as long as possible. And so that's what I strive to do every day is I've got the best job in the world. I just get to, hang out with accountants all day, every day. So it's amazing. And I learn from them every day.
I think that's fun, is the listening and learning. And there's, as people come into the accounting profession and they're new and they're from different, educations, I think it's interesting the way that we all contribute. And that's why I feel like these types of social groups are really important for listening and learning.
They are, absolutely. Because, and I sold my practice just over a year and a half ago. And I tell people every day, we used to build the client hub for me, right? I used to say, hey, we're building it for me, to the product team. And now we're not building it for me anymore. We're building it for you. And so that's why we have to listen to your needs. We can't just be a typical software developer that thinks we know what the profession wants and builds what we think you want, only to find out that's not really what you want. So we have to build what you really want, what you really need, and what's going to make a big difference in your day.
Well, and the accounting firm space, Heather and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, just kind of touched on it, but the accounting space is changing so rapidly, and there's so many things that are growing and evolving, and whether we like it or not, I mean, it's happening. So you might as well jump in and really gain some traction and be part of that growth, instead of, sometimes being a slow adopter. It hits you in more of the ways than one, because ultimately you do have to adjust and grow. But accounting firms are facing some interesting challenges, and then I would also say opportunities that are coming out of AI.
Definitely.
One example.
I agree. I have a question for everybody, just to throw it out there, because I feel like, how many of you are interested in learning, like, and you can just throw this in the chat, how many of you are interested in learning like change management methods and ways to get both your team and your clients to adopt, not just to new technology, but to adopt to changes in our industry and changes in the market? Like, is that something that's interesting to you, to learn how to do that? If it is, just throw it in the chat. I'm just curious.
I think that it's I've seen a yes. Yes. So absolutely. So the thing that I would even say is that we are adapting so quickly that it's important for us to have some foundation on what are some of those best practices. I think it's important for us to be able to encourage not only our clients, but yes, our team too, as we're evolving. And that also means leaving enough headspace to be able to allow for that.
Totally, 100%. And I think, yes, 100%. And I think that's where people get into trouble with change and adoption and things like that, is that they're so production minded. We're a service industry. We're so production minded that we forget that if we make the space to make change within our firms, that the payoff of that is going to be incredible, right?
Yeah.
So making that, it's like you take a little bit of time now, it's going to pay off in the long run.
Take a little bit of time now. That's the piece of it that is always true. So changing directions, changing softwares, making enough space for it, that's going to be part of our evolution, I think, indefinitely.
Yeah.
And not be shying away from tech.
And Matthew, absolutely. They get, accountants, we get word that things aren't going to stick, right? That you're going to make a change and then you're going to slide backwards, and that happens. But that's where I really, truly believe like the change management is really what we as accounting professionals need to embrace. Because if we can get that, then that's
and also making sure that you're choosing the right tech.
Oh yeah, totally. But if you can choose the right tech, but if you don't know how to implement change, then what I've seen a lot of times is you have the right tech, you have the right processes, but they get they get stopped. So anyway, just curious about that.
And Heather, I'll add to that. So, and that's one of the things that, some of the resources that we provide at Client Hub, because we know that is one of the hardest things. It's funny because it's not the process of change that's hard for people. It's the idea of change.
Yes.
We don't know, it's the unknown of what that's going to be. So we provide a lot of resources for that. And it's not just about nurturing and training your clients, it's supporting the behavior as we move forward. And like you said, not slipping into the old ways. And if we don't keep up, if we fall behind, it's going to be so much harder. So it's easier to keep up than catch up.
Oh, absolutely. And you're right. It's not just encouraging and supporting, but rewarding it, like rewarding the change. And also a big piece. I mean, most of change aversion to change aversion. In fact, I would say 100%. I'm going to put it all on the line. Heather Satterley's all on the line. 100% of change aversion is fear. It's fear of something. It's fear of it's not sticking. It's fear of it's going to be hard. It's going to be expensive. It's going to change me out of a job. But it really comes down to that.
And by the way, Anne just posted a comment, engaging with a tool that later fails and closes. So I haven't heard of a lot of those, like a lot of tools that like suddenly you implement. I mean, there have been a very small number in my last 20 years of tools that I've seen that kind of go away. They may get acquired by somebody else and then things change and eventually they get phased out. But curious as to what other tools people have seen that.
It's funny because I kind of interpreted that to mean that, a failed hire is kind of like a failed implementation of a tool. So that's where my brain took that.
Oh, yeah.
So
they're both really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, but it can happen. It's one of those things that you still have to continue to try and do. And right. I think that one of the things that's unique about our particular group here is that many of us are conference attenders, which means that we get to have more comfort in the talk of the tech, because not only are we meeting the vendors, but we're talking to each other and we're getting to share those experiences. That it's important to vet the tech, even if it's just in conversation like this. It's really important to understand what they do.
No, absolutely. And I think, there's a couple people that have done some really great checklists on what it is that you really need to be looking at. It is really uncommon for a tech company, that we have seen it. And there've been some examples that are thrown up, like things that are purchased, right? Into it. They're kind of a little notorious about purchasing, acquiring, and then killing tech, right? So we've seen that with a couple of apps that they've acquired, and then it just didn't work out the way they thought, and then the tech kind of just kind of faded away. So.
And Kat mentioned HubDoc. That was one of my favorites. I mean, it was absolutely going to revolutionize, and it's still a really, really good product. But the idea to auto-fetch bank statements, and that wasn't their failure. That was, multi-factor authentication just came into play, and they just, the hopes were Xero was going to go ahead and buy them and have more money for development and make it work, but it just didn't happen.
And you're right. And technology changed, just like you said, the multi-factor authentication, APIs can change. There's definitely things that if your technology is really dependent on a certain thing, because I'm not a developer, that could cause some serious issues.
Other things too, if you're dependent on other technologies.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Thank you for
I always think about the integration with QuickBooks. Like when QuickBooks go down, anything connected to it goes down.
Right.
So
right. Absolutely. It's like my zaps too. I build beautiful zaps, and then the technology API changes. They deprecate the version. My zap breaks. I have to rebuild it. So that kind of stuff does happen. And so for sure.
And yes, Matthew, I like LedgerSync too.
Yes.
I like LedgerSync. It's just, I think that many of us have grown familiar and fond of HubDoc.
Yeah.
Where the passion lives. Okay, I'm going to keep us moving forward. We've got this fun thing planned, but Judy, you're part of our community, so it's just so easy to chat with you about all kinds of things. I'm telling you, that's why I'm like, everybody here is like really happy and eager to be here, and especially in the spot of asking questions like Heather and I. Easy. So we might have Kevin, who's going to join us from Avalara. He might have gotten held up, but we're going to throw in some Avalara conversation today, and that's because Kevin's plan was to be here with us, but we'll keep going. So when I'm thinking about Client Hub, I want to share this over with you because this is something that you have put in here, Judy.
Yes, this is. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to talk about this slide?
Yeah. If you want to talk about this slide, because I think this came directly over from your share.
It did. And I know this isn't really like product demo here. So some of the things that really makes Client Hub stand out, because these are what people are telling me that's really important to them. Of course, we are an all-in-one client collaboration, secure file sharing, and internal workflow. If you're not familiar with Client Hub, definitely go to our website. It's clienthub.app, not .com. It's .app. So a couple of the important things are that when we look at solutions, whether it be any solution, but some of our competitive workflow solutions and the client collaboration systems, a lot of things are like, how long does it take for me to get started with the product? And one of the things that I think really helps us to stand out is we don't have a whole big complicated setup. You don't have to go through an onboarding, training and all of that. Like, you can literally sign up for Client Hub, follow the easy little instructions in our quick start guide, and be using Client Hub just within a very short period of time. Of course, the more you get to know it, the more familiar you become with the product. It's pretty intuitive. So I think we get like 10 out of 5 stars for the look and feel of our product. Everybody just talks about how nice and clean it looks, how easy it is to navigate. It's not overly complicated. And at the very top and right over, you can't see it right over here, is I just have the word simple. And that is the one thing from day one that we've said, that everything in our product has to be simple. There's not enough time for complications. The other thing is that differentiates us is that we focus. And back up. So client experience in the client portal is not an afterthought in Client Hub. It was actually our initial product that we released. It was called Client Hub because it was a client portal only. And so I know that the relationship with the client is only as good as the portal. And so it has to be something that's easy for your clients to use. It keeps them engaged so that you get answers quickly. They can access everything that they need. So we do focus as much of our development time on that client experience as we do on the firm experience. And that's why we truly are a Client Hub. We do have some great integrations. We have QuickBooks Xero. We do have a Zapier integration for importing your client list as well. But the QuickBooks and Xero integrations are for solving those uncategorized expense and income transactions. We're also a fast forward development company. And if you're not familiar with that, it means we continuously innovate. We didn't build a product and put it out on the market and say, hey, come and get it. We're continuous evolving. And we're now using ChatGPT and AI in our product. We have a new feature called Magic Workflow. So you can create workflow templates as well as workflow jobs just using a simple description. It will create not only a checklist of those, but it goes the next level deep and creates the details of how to, what's important about that task, how to do it, or other details about it. And then I know, Carrie, there might be a couple others here on the call today. We're dedicated to our community. And so we have a user-only Facebook community. We have a biweekly community newsletter and happy hour events every other Friday at 3 p.m. We have, I think, a lot of fun. We do trivia, games. We cover some of the newest features. And for me, that's my idea of Client Hub is a way to give back to the accounting community, which is, used to be my community. I think it still is. I hope you guys will accept me as
You're still part of this community.
still part of the community.
Always.
But that's just, a couple things that make us different, because you can, and you should have that checklist of what's important to you, in our product. Newsflash, there's no such thing as an all-in-one. We call ourselves an all-in-one. We're an almost all-in-one. It's funny, we'll get people that will come into sales meetings and say, I really like Client Hub, but you don't have I don't know, a branded mobile app, right? Like, okay, is it really important that your logo's on the mobile app? If it is, great. Client Hub's not the right fit for you. But really think about what those important things are that you're looking when you're checking off the boxes to any type of platform, including Client Hub.
And I love it that you call out, what you're great at. I love it that you call out that, it's like we were talking about earlier, not every tech is the right fit, but whenever you do find the right fit, that's such a refreshing feeling. And, you still have to devote the resources into learning it. And so you do understand so much of our community, and you have all of these opportunities for training. Your newsletter is one of the best out there. You've always got, tips in there, and you do keep it entertaining and fun. And of course, you're part of our community for always.
And I have to tell you, Liz, I probably spend as much time coaching firms that I talk to about growing and managing their firms as I do in just how to use Client Hub, because Client Hub's so easy. Yeah, we just get into those conversations, and people, I don't know if they just feel comfortable talking to me, but they'll ask me like, hey, how should I do this? Or, what's a great way to get new clients? And so like, I almost feel like a coach to the community.
Love
Well, you've
that.
definitely got the history to pull from and the willingness to contribute.
Yeah, somebody told me last week, I can't remember. I remember who it was. And she said, you've been doing this for 1,000 years. And I was like, wow, do I really look that old? 1,000 years.
So with the pieces that you went through of Client Hub, is there any place here that you want to elaborate? Like, one of the things I would say is the sophisticated yet simple. One thing that I would add in there is that you do have a lot of flexibility in the way that you use the product, but you do at a whole try to keep it a simple product.
I call it simple yet robust, because it's a very, I think intuitive is really the important word. It's again, you don't have to go in there and try to figure out how to set up the settings. You can just go into Client Hub with a few minor things and be really knowing how to use it, but it's going to make a significant impact on the practice. As long as you get your clients on board. So you go through that idea of change management and put together a plan like, how am I going to migrate my clients over into Client Hub? How am I going to serve them and nurture them through that process of change? How am I going to set up my workflows? And sometimes you need to take a look at, is my workflow efficient? But we give you some great ideas. We've got some fantastic templates already in there. We've got that magic workflow. So I think, some people use it just for client collaboration. Some people use it just for workflow, but where you get the biggest bang for your buck is really going to be in utilizing the whole platform and some of the automations we have built into it.
I appreciate you sharing, and I want to talk more about that soon. I also want to make sure that everybody knows, and Heather, you threw this into chat, but those who might not be seeing us in Zoom, they might be on Facebook. I want to share that we will be having a Client Hub deep dive on September 26th. We're going to be having accounting firms who are going to come on and be talking about Client Hub in the meantime, but the thing that we're going to be doing on that 26th date is a deep dive. So I wanted to make sure everybody knows that we'll get that opportunity too. But in the meantime, there's still a lot of really good resources that are on the website too.
Yeah, the website, the YouTube channel. Yep.
Lots of places. And you just threw in the URL. Thank you. I want to go ahead and just give a shout out to our Avalara buds. I know that if they were here, they would do a much better job of sharing some of these things, but I'm going to do my best. So whenever it comes to Avalara, many of us have used Avalara for our tax module whenever we're thinking about anything that sales tax related. I know for years, whenever I was connecting e-commerce platforms, we always needed to think about a sales tax add-on. And so Avalara became my go-to. It's really easy to use. There's a lot of great support. The community inside of Avalara is super strong. I've always had a great rep who, anytime that I had questions, would give me information. One of the things that I loved about each time that I would integrate with Avalara with my e-commerce clients is I get the opportunity to have more robust sales tax reports if you opt into a little bit more of Avalara's features. The pricing, I think that many of us who looked at Avalara years ago were like, oh no, that's so expensive, but they have really created different pricing structures in order to meet every single one of the individual firms. There's just so much sales tax needs that they understand that we each have different levels of subscription needs. The cloud native tax compliance, that comes back into really where are you at, who's working on it. There's several different pieces that are components. It doesn't matter if you're e-commerce and you're selling to somebody who's in the US or out of the States, they've got that part covered because of being cloud-based. And then as far as the different access points from accountant users or end client users, because it's cloud-based, there's not a difficulty in logging into it. Heather, anything that you want to add in about Avalara?
Yeah, I mean, their support is fantastic. It's not really a secret, but one of my first integrations that I ever did was with Avalara, and this was way back, I think in 2011. I don't know, it was a long time ago, and they were fantastic. I agree, they were my go-to when I had my practice as far as sales tax compliance. And it's nice to be able to hand that piece off when you're a firm owner and know that they've got your back and that they're taking over the risk of the sales tax filing and off of the accounting firm. They become your partner in that way. And then the only other thing that I would add about that is that Avalara is not just sales tax anymore. So they've got other products that they've got the certificate, which they've had for a long time, but the exemption certificate compliance piece that they offer, they now do business licenses. So if you want to register your business in different states, they now have a product for that. So they really have come a long way, and they're offering more and more business compliance services that can really help you to, add additional value to your firm. Which I think is fantastic.
The other thing with Avalara, because I was saying that they were my go-to, but a lot of that comes from my e-commerce background. Whenever it was choosing a sales tax solution, one of the things that I noticed right away is that a lot of the sales channels were using Avalara to power their sales tax. And once I figured that out, I was like, well, let me just go directly to them.
Right. Yeah. So Shopify Plus uses Avalara on the back end for their sales tax engine. And it's interesting. Great product. And I think they have, it's really interesting. When I first started working with them, I remember them saying they had like over 300 at that time. I'm sure there's a lot more than that, but they had over 300 attorneys that actually work in their office. And I think the office where they actually worked out of was, I believe at the time in Canada, although I could be mistaken about that, but they were focused on US, but they had 300 attorneys that were watching all of the complex sales tax changes that were happening all over the country.
I don't want that to ever be my job.
Right. Right. And I wonder, it would be awesome. We talked about ChatGPT and everything else. It's like, it would be interesting to see, they probably built their own AI, right, underneath Avalara. I would love to meet geeking Heather geeky brain is starting to kind of think about, I wonder how that works.
I wonder how that works. No doubt that your brain would go that way.
It totally, my brain goes that way.
You're in good company.
Want to be.
So the thing that I want to say I want to do next is I want to do something fun. We
No
want to do
fun.
a game.
Putting my foot down. No fun on happy hour. I'm just kidding.
I'm out. I'm leaving. I'm gone. Just kidding. Just kidding. Well, so with a game, I know that many of you here, we've done games before in the past, but we haven't done this particular game. So this is going to be a scavenger hunt, and I will advance to the next slide in a moment, but I want to first give everybody a chance to know some of the rules. So with our scavenger hunt, what we're going to do is we're going to pop up 10 different things on the screen all at once. So you'll see all of them displayed. We tried to find stuff that would be really nearby. So all of you who are at your desk, you know, you're going to definitely be better off than somebody who might be at a restaurant or a car. So we wanted to have things that were handy, but Heather and I both love giving away prizes. Like, it's just really fun. I like receiving prizes, so it's fun to give prizes. So what we want to do is for the first 2 people who go and find all of the items that are on the scavenger hunt, we have 2 where do we have
Amazon gift cards.
There we go. We have 2 Amazon gift cards. So
yes, we have 2 Amazon gift cards.
Yes, so we'll give those out to the people who are the first 2 to announce who they are. What we want you to do is in chat, be the first one to announce that you've got everything. And then what we will do is then just give you a chance. Do we want to promote them to panelists for a moment, Heather? And that
I think we have to promote them. They're gonna have to give us a little inventory to validate that they've got all the things.
Yeah, so be prepared to come on camera.
Be prepared.
That's what we're saying.
Come on camera and show us the stuff.
I'm trying to see if I have a shot glass. I think I have a happy hour shot glass somewhere. Right.
So what we're saying is have your pants on, have your tops on.
Yes,
You will come on camera
in the right way. Yes.
Yeah, all of those things.
All of those.
Be ready. Drum roll.
I actually have drumsticks. Is that on the list? I could go find them. I have 2 pairs of drumsticks.
It's not on the list because they wouldn't have that necessarily at their desk unless they were Heather.
Unless they have a shot glass at their desk.
It might be on there. I don't know. Okay. All right. Everybody ready? Here we go. First 10, throw your name into our Zoom chats.
Crap.
And then we will promote you to panelists so you can show
I
us.
would totally put my name in there because I literally have all of that on my desk.
But you don't qualify.
I know. Here's my paperclip.
I know. I have
colors,
all
really
of it,
colors.
except the shot glass, but it's within reach.
But I do have everything. Oh, wait, do I have something? Yeah, I do have something orange. I have, oh, Liz, you're going to love this. And you're going to say, of course you have this. It's a little orange frog.
Oh my gosh.
Orange frog.
How did you know that shot glass would be on there?
Actually, I have a frog that's blue and I have a frog here that's blue and it has some orange in it.
By the way, bonus points if your blue is Client Hub swag.
Yes.
Is it funny that one of the first objects that I found on my desk was the shot glass?
That's a nice shot glass.
It is.
Thanks.
It's not an happy hour shot glass though.
And oh wait, I have a book.
Not.
We'll call out my. I have this. Wait. Oh, okay. This is Amy Vedder's new book, Disconnect to Connect.
Oh, nice.
Book. Yeah, she signed it for me. I was very
okay. Done. I see one that has said done. Okay, Carrie and Sandy, you 2 are our first to reply. So I'm gonna have to say, Carrie and Sandy, be ready to be promoted to panelists, and we're gonna have first Carrie show what she's got, and then we'll have Sandy do it.
All right, so I'm
make me proud, Carrie.
I think I just promoted you. Yep, you got promoted, and then let me go find
Sandy. Carrie and Sandy. So Carrie, are you with us?
I am. The trick is to unmute.
Okay, all right. I'm going to stop sharing because we want to be able to see all, well, no, we can see you there. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna say the object and then you have to hold it up, okay?
Yep.
Okay, paperclip,
Paperclip,
pen,
pen,
calculator,
calculator is on my iWatch because I am that much of a nerd.
okay, notebook.
Uh,
Okay, I saw the calculator.
yeah, notebook,
Favorite book. Ta-da, which one is it? Let's see,
accidental creative.
Love it.
Oh, so you're liking that one. All right.
I am.
You're something blue.
There you go, Judy.
Yay!
Okay, something orange.
Small
What the hell? Shot
tea.
glass.
I'm at home today. I don't normally have this at my office.
Post-it notes.
Post-it notes. I got the little flaggy
Okay.
kind.
No Client Hub Post-it notes, Carrie?
Those are at the office.
So are those
And
post-its or are those flags?
Highlighter.
They
Are we
stick
letting-
together. They stick together.
The
I can
Post-it
see
flags.
those post-it notes. I mean, I
Okay.
guess
So
so they're
Highlighter.
made by post-its.
I have unicorn post-it notes, right, Liz? I definitely, here's my unicorn.
Those are so cute.
Cute.
It's
The
kitty cat
unicorns and
ones.
rainbows.
Oh, I love them. All right, so Carrie, you passed. You passed. So well done. Let's see, Sandy, are you
Yay.
here with us? Hmm.
Maybe you
Sandy,
need to kick me off.
I did, I
No.
have, hold on, I'll do it again.
no, you don't have to leave. Oh, so Sandy, you'll have to, I think, accept being,
Yeah, I just promoted you to a panelist.
let's see. There's Sandy.
Awesome.
Ta-da. Carrie, well done. And very well done with your blue thing. Sandy, are you coming on?
She's putting on her pants.
I have to, sorry, I have to unmute and I have to do that. Oh, I lost my highlighter.
Oh, this is so much fun.
Okay,
Everybody
Ready?
Yeah, I am. Okay, you ready to go?
Yep.
Paper
yeah,
clips.
I just dropped my paperclip, but I have another.
Okay.
Pink
All
paper
right,
clip,
pink.
My
Like it.
favorite color.
a pen,
Uh-huh. Calculator.
That's a teeny tiny pen. Was that a teeny tiny pen or was it just lost in the, Oh, okay, it's, there it is. Okay.
yeah. And my calculator is gonna be a struggle. It is,
One of the big ones.
Is it
it
an
is a
adding
10
machine?
key, it's
Okay,
a, yeah, it's an adding
Yeah.
machine.
We're gonna make life easier on you. We believe
You
you.
know
Here, I'll let you be able to hear it.
Joe
No,
Woodard
let's turn
actually
the sound on.
called me out because I have a Casio DR270R on my desk. And he was,
Can you hear it?
he called me a dinosaur.
No, I can't hear it, but Sandy, I
Oh,
believe you.
yeah, believe it. Favorite book,
Notebook. Okay, favorite book. What book
Book
is it? I can't
Finder,
see that
yes.
book.
Tax Finder.
Tax Finder.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, something blue. I have a blue business card,
Okay, something orange.
orange highlighter.
Okay, shot
Oh,
glass.
and that's the highlighter too. So that's 2 for 1.
Yeah, 2 for 1, but I did bring this in case we needed
Okay.
an actual yellow highlighter.
How
This
thorough.
is a shot glass.
Oh my gosh, those are my favorite little solo cup shot glasses.
Yeah.
Mhm, that's backyard ping pong.
Post-its
Post-it notes.
Okay,
Excellent.
and the yellow highlighter.
okay,
Love
nice.
it.
And then the notebook, I missed the notebook. I saw favorite book.
Oh, there was a notebook. I
Yeah.
missed that one, but look, I have one right here.
Nobody will ever know.
No one will ever know.
Yep,
You didn't announce that live at all.
there you go. Okay, got it.
All right, you did it, Sandy. You did very well. Carrie, you did very well too. So what we will be doing is we'll make sure to contact you and get those Amazon gift cards to you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it was fun. I appreciate you sharing. I'm gonna tell everybody that yes, the 2 Amazon gift cards will go out, but Heather and I wanted there to be a bonus round.
Yes.
We thought it would be super fun to have a bonus round. So for all of you who didn't win, you have a chance.
Mhm.
So we have to it's round 2. So we have to make it more challenging. Here is the next scavenger hunt. We will do it the exact same way. The first 2 of you to drop your name into our chat will be the winners. We'll take you off of being a normal attendee, and we'll promote you to a panelist so that way you can show us. But here's our bonus round. First 2 that respond are the first 2 that will come off the camera. Here we go. Round 2, sponsor swag. So it can
But
be.
it has to be Client Hub or Avalara, right?
Yep. It needs to be, it can be a t-shirt, it can be a pin, it can be a
Sticker.
What'd you say?
Sticker. A sticker.
Sticker.
A
It can
sticker.
be a laptop sticker. It can be all, anything that you've got that has some of the swag on it. First 2 to respond are gonna win.
I didn't get a chance to go grab it, but I have both Client Hub, and I think I actually may get up and go get it because I want to show it. I have both Client Hub and Avalara drinkware.
I've got my Client Hub drinkware.
Is
I'm
it
gonna go grab
full though,
mine.
Liz?
I'm gonna fade into the. Oh, I don't get to fade. I don't fade in.
Yes, now it is.
Okay.
But is it filled with the required, the appropriate drink?
It's not. It's
Our,
not.
our Mary Berry, oh my, you got me hooked on Moscow Mules.
Oh, I love ginger beers. So mules get me every single time. Okay, so I'm going to show everybody since we're talking about it. I was going to wait, but this is my special gift that was given to me by Judy. And so you might be able to see, I may have to take my camera off of blurring the background.
It has one.
There's Heather's. Yeah. So our Client Hub mule glasses and your Avalara wine cup.
And has
Right.
nobody got any swag yet?
So does that mean
Oops.
that
I didn't mean to do that.
we got it?
Somebody got it?
T-shirt, could be a t-shirt, a pen.
I'm trying to look through the list of people that I know probably have some swag from me.
So I have to say, one of my 2 favorite pieces of swag came from you, Judy, and from Avalara. And so I love my mule cup. Like, I love it. And the other thing that I love so much is a puppy t-shirt that I got from the conference whenever Avalara had the puppies there. I
Oh,
asked Rebecca for one, and I took it home, and my cat has worn it, and our 3 different dogs have worn it. It's so soft.
love it.
I have happy hour swag. I love it. Okay. That's extra points. All right, so Heather, you've shown your 2 pieces of swag, and
And you
I
should, I
shall-
guess we win. We got is that how it works? Just-
I wish, but we want to give prizes away. So I'm going to say yes. Let's go with. Does anybody have happy hour swag?
And if you've already won, you can't win again.
I have
need
happy hour swag. I have to run out and get it though. I have stickers. I have a shot glass.
I have my ornament over there. I'm looking at my happy hour swag.
You know what this makes me think is that at the next conference, Judy, people need to be getting your stickers. That's what this means to me. They
Ah,
need to get laptop stickers.
I didn't even think about stickers, just because stickers are kind of by well, it's what Carrie showed you, and it looked like a little keychain, and it isn't. It's actually a cord keeper for your cords. I was looking to see if I have one sitting here on my desk. I don't use my own swag. Sorry.
All right, so
Expensive.
we've been asked about something. So Tammy has a suggestion. I like this suggestion. She says, how about you give us some swag? So how do we feel about a random picking of somebody and we give them a swag item?
I think that's a great idea.
I'm
I
in
think so
for it.
too.
I
Okay.
think so. I'm gonna pick a random number and then based on the list of people, I'm gonna count down the list of people in here and pick a random person to win.
Okay,
All right, so I'm gonna pick number 12.
okay, I'll tell you.
And actually
1,
you
2,
count to
3,
12,
4,
down to 12,
5,
so it'll be, yeah.
6, 7, 10, 11, 12. We have Keith.
Keith is our
Yep.
winner. Awesome.
Yep.
And then
So congratulations.
Maybe we can have Keith do a number. Are they all in alphabetical order? What's another thing? Because we have another gift card to give away, right?
I don't think they're
Yeah.
enough, but yeah, they're not. Want me to pick one?
Yeah, pick one.
Yeah, pick one.
Okay, I'm looking at the attendee list and I'm just gonna do like a random, like just
Point
a
at
random
it?
selection. Yes, I'm not.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I found somebody. Jean Zick.
Oh,
Awesome. Yay,
Yep.
Jean. I just saw Jean last week in San Diego.
all right. 2 great winners.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
And if-
That's super fun.
And we're gonna see you guys at Scaling New Heights. All 3 of us will be there, and Avalera will be there too. And you can get some swag. We're gonna have some swag. We usually have stickers and shot glasses and other things. So definitely stop by. We'll have our banner up this year again, and you can come by and pick up some swag from us.
We have brand new swag that we'll have this year. And so that will be exciting. People need
That
to
will
come
be
and get it.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably have
it's
some
gonna
happy
be-
hour camp swag too.
Well, and we have bottle openers this year.
That's right.
A
Mhm.
must-have. A must-have.
Yeah.
Right? A must have. Okay, so I think that it's been really fun to have you here with us, Judy, and it's been fun to represent Avalera. And I would like to ask you, Judy, is there anything else that you want to share with us about Client Hub?
We have another hour. So what do I want to share with you about Client Hub? So we will be at Scaling New Heights, so definitely stop in and see us. We've got some really exciting new chat GPT features coming out soon. Definitely either, go ahead and book a demo, subscribe to our newsletter, or even stop and visit us at Scaling New Heights to learn about these really exciting new features that we have coming out soon. We're also offering a promo for today, for those of you that attended today at Happy Hour. If you book and attend a demo meeting and mention Happy Hour, we're going to give you $50 off your first 3 months of Client Hub. It's a pretty good deal, right? Or $50 off your first year, whichever you want. So we break it down either $50 off an annual subscription, or it's $16.67 off for your monthly subscription for the first 3 months. So I think that's exciting, and you get the Judy factor.
You get the Judy factor.
Yes, you do. If
Which,
Judy's
of
not on
course,
vacation.
I'm a big fan of. So I'm going to ask one more question. So this is kind of a popular question that I would love to throw at you, Judy, since we've got you.
Okay.
If I'm thinking about somebody who wants to get started, but I'm struggling with some of my documentation of workflow, do you have recommendations for that?
I do. So one, start a Client Hub. Start Client Hub. We have some great workflow. Schedule what we call our initial Client Connect meeting. You'll meet with me or a member of our onboarding team, but usually it will be me unless I'm not available. And so we can talk about that. Also, we have our upcoming Client Hub learning, what is it called? Learning workshops or learning sessions. where you're going to learn more, not only about the product, but best ways to use, best practices for using the features, and best practices for developing workflows for your firm. If you don't have those, or if you do, maybe thinking about different ways to look at your workflow.
You know, earlier, Heather, you were calling out change management, and it makes me think about, you know, Client Hub and getting clients to adopt to new technology. I know for me, I think about all of the different networking that you do, but do you have advice for adoption of Client Hub with clients?
Was that with Heather or myself?
No, it was to you. It was to you.
Oh, sorry about that. So do I have suggestions for getting clients to adopt Client Hub?
Yeah, what's the easiest way to get clients to adopt a new technology?
So, you know, I think the important thing is that we don't do a really good job as accountants of explaining the benefits of our clients. And a lot of times we explain the benefit of something new as far as how it will make our work easier and not necessarily their lives. So you need to really spin it and explain to the client how it will benefit them. I've always in the past have told my clients, you know, I'm trying this new thing. So first of all, I always try it with a few clients, right? And make sure that I get all the bugs out. And then I will always let my clients, you know, once I'm going to adopt something fully, I'll let my clients know when the start date is. I provide them training, either webinar, a video, documentation that they're going to need. I assure them it's not going to be hard. I've made it as easy as possible. And I always offer them the opportunity after a certain period of time that if they don't like the new change, we can go back to the old way of doing things. That has never, ever backfired on me. I've never had a client say, hey, I want to go back to handwriting checks, or I want to go back to manually calculating payroll, or going back to, you know, using something other than Client Hub. And so I think that that's a thing. If they know that they have an opportunity for the out, then they feel more comfortable going in. It's almost like, you know, going into a crowded nightclub. As long as you know where the exit doors are, you're okay. You're never going to use them, hopefully. And then again, letting your clients know that you are there to support and nurture them through the process, and kind of give them a grace period. And so, you know, letting them know during that grace period that after, you know, when does that grace period end? And during that grace period, like, not yelling at them for not doing it the right way.
I appreciate all of your input. I mean, I loved having you with us today. I know that to me, it's always a joy to get to hang out with you. So thanks for sharing all of, you know, the advice and some of the backstory about Client Hub and your involvement.
And thank you. And I love always being here with you and Heather, as always,
Yes.
here and in person.
Absolutely.
Well, we want to say thank you to our sponsors for this year, and make sure to call out that there will be more episodes that we will be sharing. In fact, we have upcoming events. Kelly will be joining us, and we will be doing a firm spotlight on May 23rd. So she's going to be showing her tech stack, followed by an episode with Cinder. We're going to do a deep dive into how to set up and use. That one's been a heavily requested episode, so make sure to attend. And then we will also have another campfire chat with Ignition, and then a deep dive of Relay. So lots of good things coming up. Judy, thank you for being here. Heather, I always love seeing you during happy hour. And thanks everyone for joining us that's attending today.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.